Guys and girls, we go through sales all the time, and they're often excellent downloadable titles from the eShop, or occasionally some cool physical sales that we spot along the way. But what we always wait for, what we always hope for, is big first-party discounts, and today we're bringing the heat. Nintendo is bringing the heat with tons of their top first-party games on super solid sales that are gonna make you smile. What's going on, everybody? It's Axiom SwitchForce. This is one of the best because it's all the games that we love at SwitchForce on sale. The big guys, the Marios, the Splatoons. You're going to want to stay through the whole video because we got big hitters all throughout. Make sure to smash that like button. If you're excited that finally it's first party on sale, let us know in the comments down below which of these games you want to pick up and which you'd recommend for a friend. We're kicking it off at Gamestop, who have a special post 4th of July sale, a summer sale until July 11th. They've got Super Mario Maker 2 on sale for $39.99. That's 33% off for a phenomenal Mario experience. I feel like Mario Maker 2 was so anticipated, and then it came out, and for some reason, it didn't get as much love as I expected it to. I mean, Luigi's Mansion 3 sold more than it, which is so weird. That's a phenomenal game. I love them both, but Mario Maker 2 is great, and they just added a big update recently where they brought in Link and his Master Sword, and they brought in worlds, so now players can make whole worlds, connected levels. It's such a good time, and even if you'll never make a single level, so much Mario to play, so many great challenges, so many different styles of Mario through the ages. Oh, this one's amazing. Splatoon 2 is also 33% off for $39.99, and you know how much SwitchForce loves the Squid Kids and the Octolinks, because this game has expanded over time as well with a plethora of multiplayer offerings and a big expansion pass that you can pick up once you're done with the main game. But $40 for Splatoon 2 is fantastic. I love so much the single player. I think it's criminally underrated, so I'm going to focus there. Everybody knows about the Splatfest and spreading your ink. I think this game has some of the best boss battles and some of the coolest world design that Nintendo has come up with in recent memory. Give it a go. Also, if you're an Animal Crossing fan, the outfit options, the customization is great, and you're going to feel like you're shopping at Nook's Cranny, but in Inkopolis. I just now need them to bring some Splatoon gear over to AC. Mario Tennis Aces is similarly $39.99. They're doing the 33% off thing, and a lot of times we'll get a $10 discount, but the $20 discount is really sweet. It is a grand slam, if you will, and this game is one of the best Mario sports titles in the last couple of generations. They really brought it all together here. It's the best Mario Tennis title. It does include a single player. There are some co-op options. I don't like that as much, but it's a nice diversion, and it gives you a little bit more replayability for a game that does have a pretty high skill ceiling. The online community is tough, but fun. There's cool tournaments, and they've added so many characters along the way. I think that's something that can be said about all three of these big first-party games we've talked about. They've all improved over time, and it's impressive that you can grab these games from GameStop, physical or digital, which is great. I didn't even notice that, honestly, until now, but yeah. Mario Maker 2, physical and digital, $40. Splatoon 2, physical and digital, $40. Mario Tennis Aces, physical and digital, $40. Now let's go over to Amazon.com, and as always, we put the links to the Amazon sales in the description down below. If you do choose to pick them up, it helps SwitchForce out a little bit, which is pretty freaking cool. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is down to $40. That's 33% off. It is a physical copy. The digital copy, I believe, is going to be a bit more. We'll double check here, but yeah, the digital copy is the regular price. I personally wouldn't pay $60 for New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. It's a Wii U game that has been combined with New Super Luigi, and they've added a few things like the wonderful Peachette, but I think that the crown jewel of this package is the challenges. I love those challenges. It's so interesting and cool to play Mario from a totally different way, like balance on this platform for 60 seconds, or make sure you get through this level without ever touching the ground. I think those are such interesting achievement-based objectives for a 2D Mario, and it can be fun with younger players. It's a good co-op experience, and at $40, it's pretty recommendable. Now, Super Mario Odyssey is down 17% to $50, but the pause here, the hit the brakes here, is that it's not in stock until August the 2nd. So you can buy it now. It will come from Amazon, but you're going to wait a month to get it, which I know might be too long for some people. But if you do want to put in for Mario Odyssey at a $10 discount, if you're planning on getting a Switch or you've been waiting on a sale, this is a good price. It's my favorite Mario game on the system. A phenomenal explorative 3D open Mario until we get the old open 3D Marios. This one, though, Cappy and just taking over as you move through the kingdoms. It is freaking phenomenal. Now, some non-Nintendo games are on sale as well. BioShock The Collection, which just came out and has my high praise. You know, this is my favorite franchise of all time. 20% off down to $40. That saves you $10. and as a physical version, you will need to clear space because there's a download required for all these 2K titles that we're going to touch on. So make sure that you have a little bit of memory card room. Otherwise, you're going to feel sad. But Bioshock comes with Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite. Phenomenal games. They play well, run well, look well on Switch. I love this collection. I love that 2K brought so many other titles, and we'll touch on more later. But right now, Mortal Kombat 11 is $19.99 on a Nintendo Switch. Now, this is the baseline version of the game. The Aftermath collection just came out that includes that new expansion, and that is going to be more expensive at $40, but the default version is $20 physical. That's a great price. I've talked a lot about Mortal Kombat. Let's go to the Outer Worlds, which is $50. That is, again, 17% off, saving $10. It's a weird port. It doesn't run all that well, but it's still impressive that they were able to fit Obsidian's Adventure onto the system in its full capacity. This isn't a gimped version. It's just graphically nowhere near as impressive. But it's a big, bold sci-fi RPG in the vein of Fallout that some people think is more fun than the recent Fallouts, and I think they might be right. The writing is quite excellent. I like the partner characters, and the combat, while repetitive, is pretty darn cool. Next up, we do have XCOM 2 Collection, part of that 2K bundle. It's $40, getting you XCOM 2 in its entirety. All the expansions, War of the Chosen, all the DLC, 17% off. I like XCOM 2 on Switcheroo. Maybe it's not my favorite turn-based tactics game as of recent memory. I wish Gears Tactics would get on Switch. That one was amazing. But XCOM 2 is like tried and true, and as like a full game, you know, it's got the base building, it's got the permadeath, it's got a lot going for it, and I know a lot of people are big XCOM fans. Borderlands Legendary Collection is also $40, that's 17% off, bringing you Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, and the pre-sequel to Switch. I like these games a lot. I think 3 is the best. I hope that 3 eventually comes to the platform, but getting in on Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel in particular is really fun. They look pretty good on Switch. They run pretty well on Switch, and you can have them for a discount right now, and they just came out. Just make sure you got that memory card space. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is down to $19.99, which is 67% off from the MSRP, but you and I know that this game is on sale very often, so it's basically... this is the price. I just wanted to point it out. It's not in stock until July 10th, but if you want to get in on it, grab it. It's a very fun game, and I think Ubisoft may have something along these lines to announce next week in their Ubi Forward presentation. One more is LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which doesn't come out till later this year, but it's $50, 17% off saving for pre-order. This happens a lot with new games, but it's nice to see it on a Switch game where you do get $10 off if you pre-order. I like that a lot. I'm very excited for this game. The demo I saw at E3 last year was phenomenal. I'm sad it's not coming out in the summer. It's now coming out in the fall. I cannot wait for this one. I think it's going to be a fantastic package on Switch. Hopefully it hits day and date. Now back to GameStop and their special July 11th sale. We got Yoshi's Crafted World for $40. That's 33% off for another first-party title, digital or physical. This isn't my top choice, but if you've exhausted and gone through Mario Maker and Splatoon and Tennis Aces and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, all those adventures, you might like it. It is charming, it is clever, it's undeniably fun. I just don't think it's great, and it doesn't have a lot of challenge. But it's interesting to see all their ideas. It feels like Little Big Planet. I mean, there's no creation, but it feels like Little Big Planet for Nintendo, which I think some people really like, especially younger players, or people that just like the whimsy of Yoshi. So that's $40. And then GameStop also has a bunch of the titles from Amazon on sale. If you want to get them there, they do have stuff like New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. They've got Mortal Kombat 11. They got Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Bioshock, Borderlands, XCOM. And you can get those physically from GameStop if you want as well. Let's go to the eShop where The World Ends With You Final Remix is seeing a superstar sale, 50% off for a big game that is from, once again, Nintendo and Square Enix. It's $24.99, 50% off till July 20th. I love this game, and I love it at this price. It wasn't this expensive, $50, when it came out on DS, so it feels a little obnoxious that they charge so much for the Switch version. But that's the Nintendo way with these ports. But at $25, you gotta get it. It's a fantastic title, and there's rumors that they're gonna release The World Ends With You 2 on Switch at some point soon. An anime just got announced. Maybe a game reveal is right around the corner. This is a fantastic, quirky JRPG with super unique combat, collecting pins for battle, a unique Tokyo-inspired world. Oh, it's got a really cool story. It's like esoteric and cerebral, but at the same time fun. I don't know. I think this is one of the best things Square Enix has done in my book. I love the world that they've created. I love the lore, and the combat in particular is so action-packed and so exciting. I really enjoyed this game. Sea Salt is $7.49. That's 50% off till July 13th. I've been wanting this game for a while, so I'm buying it. I'm turning my Switch on and getting it right now. This is a reverse action strategy game where you control the Horde. You are the nightmare, covering the land in goop and gook. There's 16 units, boss battles. It's got this very you know, like Cthulhu, Eldritch, kind of interesting art and theme and world, and it's just, I've heard so many good things, I just have never dove in, and I like the idea of getting to be the bad units, the evil ones, and controlling kind of the Horde as opposed to fighting the Horde. You're not the single hero fighting the Horde, you are the Horde fighting the hero, which is really a cool concept, and a game that I've been waiting to get on sale for a while now, so at $7.49, that's a pickup for me. Axiom Verge is also 50% off this one until July the 9th, $9.99, one of the best Metroidvanias. Axiom Verge 2 is coming out soon, so if you want to get in and experience what they did first to see how it's improved and upgraded, great. If you have no desire to get Axiom Verge 2, this is still a phenomenal game that if you missed out on, Gabe would say, what are you doing? Grab it now. Anodyne is 99 cents. That's 90% off till July 16th. And I put it on here not because it's a phenomenal game, but it is a 16-bit Zelda-type adventure for 99 cents. So if you're looking for something cheap, quirky, and interesting to play this week, it could be a fun pick. It's not my favorite, but it's a pretty good game. It's got good remarks, and there's kind of a cult following around it. Speaking of cult followings, Ikaruga is 33% off till July 17th. Everything's been 20 to 10, but this is 15 to 10, and it is the classic shooter, space shooter, where you are scrolling space shooter, where you are swapping energy polarities, black and white. And you got to make sure that you're using the right side of your ship to defeat these enemies. I remember picking this game up for GameCube when it was very expensive, and enjoying the heck out of it. Maybe not as much as the price cost, but it's a pretty cool game, and at $9.99, it's a very good shooter. And if you want to know, like, a lot of people, especially like older gamers, will talk about Ikaruga and how much fun it was back in the day, and this is a chance to get in on that if you like those type of scrolling shooters. The End is Nigh is $9.99. That puts it at 33% off till July 17th. This is a Super Meat Boy type game from the fine folks over at Nicholas and the people who made Meat Boy, whatever they're called. I'm blanking, but don't blank on this game. It's pretty fun. While you wait for Super Meat Boy Forever, that I hope comes out at some point this year, End is Nigh is really cool. It's maybe not as good as Meat Boy, but there's over 600 levels, so like you're going to get your money's worth 100%. And last but not least, a Zach pick of the day. L.A. Noire is $24.99 till July 13th. That's 50% off for a fantastic Rockstar adventure of crime, sleuthing, and facial animation. This is the game where you interrogate and have to decide if they're lying or not based on facial tweaks and tells. It is one that requires a download as well, but it is totally worth it. I feel like the story spirals a bit towards the end, but it's a fantastic journey, and as you move through the different departments of the LA Investigative Bureau, you're going to have a lot of fun exploring this 1940s LA and learning Cole Phelps and his story and solving these crimes. Like, I really love going through, finding the clues, putting it together, doing the interrogations, and making the decisions. It's a fantastic time. I love that it's on Switch. It runs pretty well. It's a good port, and I think you got to get it. But a lot to recommend here. It's hard to even pick top titles because we got stuff like Mario Maker 2, Splatoon 2, Mario Tennis Aces, and more on super sale. Finally, the first-party stuff comes through clutch, and even when it's not first-party, it's big third-party, like LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, Borderlands Legendary, Bioshock The Collection, even The World Ends With You Final Remix, and Sea Salt, Ikaruga, Axiom Verge, and L.A. Noire. So many good titles this week. Your wallets are going to be exploding if you end up getting a bunch of these, but maybe pick a few. Let me know which ones you're going after in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and are pumped that Nintendo is putting so much good stuff on sale. This is the one that I know a lot of you have been waiting for. First party. Ooh, it's amazing. Chef's kiss. Until next time, everybody, you guys are amazing. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Make sure you're staying safe and healthy and smart out there. I love you guys a lot. SwitchForce, out.